Hi, everyone. Welcome. Today, for our second English broadcast, we will talk about the significance of setting up the Harmony Stone on the island of Hawaii. Along this adventure, we met some new friends, and we wanted to introduce you today. So later on, we'll do that. And also, Zeu-shi, the source entity, will talk through the Japanese channeler Yuuka. By the way, we were told by Zeu-shi, the source entity, to do this broadcasting on this particular day. So let's hear what message the universe has for us at this time of transition. So for those who are new to our video, let me give you a short briefing about AskaCotan movement. So what is AskaCotan? The AskaCotan movement is a new way of community living, co-creating our lives in harmony with the universe. The word Aska occurs in place names all over the world. During the ancient time, it is said that we had one plate, one continent on Earth. The name of the continent was Aska. The word Aska occurs in place names all over the world. Asuka in Japan, Alaska in America, Nazca and Ayahuasca in Peru, Aztec in Mexico. In the word Aska contains the vibration of origin of peace. Kotan means village in Ainu language, in the indigenous Japanese language. So this Aska movement is led by two visionaries. They both live a life guided by intuition and messages from the universe. One of the messages they received was to find a location to build the Harmony Stone on May 15, 2021. This Harmony Stone will harmonize the energy field of the land and heal the land and the community. So today, we want to talk about the significance of the Harmony Stone and why we are working towards setting the stone on May 15, 2021 on the island of Hawaii. So before we do that, let me introduce you to these two visionary leaders, Yuuka and Miko. So Yuuka is a full trance channeler based in Japan who receives its messages from the source energy of the universe. His name is Zeu-shi. She's an author of 2 books, including A New World. As a project that was guided by the source entity she channels, Yuuka led many ceremonies in Japan, praying for the land and the community, involving over 4,000 people. This project turned into AskaCotan, the Earth Family movement engaging with people around the globe. So, Yuuka, can we have a word, please? Yuuka-san, お願いします。一言。ゆうかさんの音が。
今日はよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
今日はゼウシから今日この日に配信するように言われて、この場を、設けたんですけど、ちょっとこの後、どんなメッセージが届くのか、私もわからないので、楽しみにしています。
ありがとうございます。So that was Yuuka, our full trance channeler, and she was saying that, she doesn't even know what Zeu-shi is going to say today, so she's very excited, and because, Zeu-shi is communicating with Yuuka all the time, and then he was like, okay, today we got to do this English broadcasting, so here we are today. And moving on to Miko. Miko is a visionary leader and one of the key people in the AskaCotan Project. She lives a life guided by intuition and signs from the universe. She was led to this island of Hawaii in 2019 to heal and connect the land and people. Miko-chan, お願いします。
Aloha, I'm Miko. Yes. Yeah, I've been working like every day, 24 hours for now, because the day is coming, May 15th, that universe are already set up. So I just totally believe in the universe. Then, because they already set up, but the human level, there is a time difference. but still I believe that day. So every day, every moment, yeah, I've been kind of like a meeting significant person who has connection to the land, and then who I need to meet and share. And every day is very exciting. Actually, should I share about it yesterday, or should I say later? What do you think? Yeah.
Sure. Or maybe later is
Yeah,
better,
maybe
you
later,
think?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Miko. Yeah, so
Yeah. Work with me now in Hawaii.
I support her, and I always communicate and go everywhere almost where she goes.
Yeah, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, my English is not a perfect. So sometimes, because what I'm doing is so deep, it's so confusing, like how to translate in English right away. So she speaks better than me. So when I cannot speak in English, and she always support me. Yeah, thank you so much.
thank you. So that was Norie and Miko. Just in case you guys noticed that so we're all Japanese, originally from Japan. So you can see all of our faces. You might be wondering why these Japanese people are doing this kind of broadcasting, but you'll find out later. Okay, so that was Miko, one of the leaders of the AskaCotan Project. So we're gonna explain a little bit about the harmony stone and the reasons to set the harmony stone. So we're gonna show you a little picture illustration of this harmony stone. じゃあ、ナッフィーさん、ハーモニーストーンの画像をお願いします。So, this is the harmony stone. So, this is an illustration, but we actually have this stone made in Japan from this family who's been doing this stone manufacturing for over 135 years. And this stone was made in Japan, and it is here on this island. So Yuuka, our channeler, was told from Zeu-shi to bring this stone here and set it up on this island for a couple of reasons. So we have the reasons to set this harmony stone is to bring harmony to the land and the community, to heal the land and the people of this land, and to balance the energy field. So according to Zeu-shi, the source entity, building of the harmony stone has various meanings. The harmony stone plays a role to tune the Earth's magnetic field. It is therefore something that must be built. But the location is important. The place where it is built becomes the central axis of the Earth, and that's how the Earth's magnetic field will begin to change. So this project is also important for humankind. While proceeding with the project in Hawaii, the cooperation of people around the globe will begin to gather for the creation of the new era and the society. So where are we going to build this harmony stone? And Miko received a couple of keywords and hints from the universe. So Miko, can you explain about what sorts of signs you received? こう、塔をどこに建てるかっていう、どんなサインがありましたか?
So I communicate with source of the universe. His name is Zeu-shi. And then he gave me some hint about where this stone going to. So he told me you will find it because where your soul come from. So you will remember if you get there. So that is one. And the other one is that land has natural springs. And the third one is the land has connected to the Hawaiian kingdom, used to be. And another one is, how can I explain, 360 degrees? 自分の土地だけしかないっていう location.
So it's a location that you can view from sunrise to sunset, and nothing, no neighbors, just a view of 360 degrees of view.
Yeah.
from the location.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, natural springs. In another words, I received that Kane's hidden springs. Kane is the god of sun in Hawaii. Yes. So those words I received, and also about the heiau, which is like shrine, temple in English, altar. Yeah.
Yes.
So that some kind of sign and synchronicity I just follow, then reach to the one of land, and I met the owner of the property, and he's very awakened guy, and I could communicate with him. Almost like I feel like it's like a telepathically, because he also has a kind of like similar vision, so I could connect him. So now is every day in order to reach to the exact location, it seems like I need to meet certain people. So I have almost every day I have a meeting and talking and sharing. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. But the interesting things is like yesterday, example, yesterday was full moon, and I suddenly felt I wanted to visit the Pellets hot springs in south
Big Island.
Big Island, yes. So it took 2 hours drive, but I really felt like, I didn't want to go to the Pellets hot springs. So I went there. Then I met 4 people was in the hot springs at the same time. And then I suddenly start sharing them, like what am I do? And I met one guy, his name is Trevor. He was supposed to be actually going to attend this meeting tonight, but he couldn't make it. So in some other time, he will join for sure. So the Trevor, I shared him about what I might do, and he said, wow, it sounds like what I did. He said, I also made a totem pole. How do you know totem pole, Tomoko-san? How do you say?
Yeah, the totem pole that we see the Native American tribes will create. It's like a long wooden pole with their animal gods on it.
So he made that totem pole and then put some crystal for the tsunami happened in Japan that time. Like he made it as volunteer, and then he just put the prayer, and then he sent this totem pole to Japan. That's what he did. Also, he was wearing interesting T-shirts that was Rainbow Warrior in Hawaii or something. So he said he used school bus. That was it. You remember?
Yeah, I think he drove all over the continent of America in a school bus, providing free meals to people and opening up a garden wherever they stopped, and they baked bread. And actually, the T-shirt, I think what Trevor was wearing is from University of Hawaii sports team, the Rainbow Warriors, and it's like I think the retro design of the school.
I see. Yeah. Also, he mentioned about the Hopi tribe, because Hopi is prophecy. Yeah. They talking about the Rainbow Warrior. When they come, it's like a piece coming back. So he's kind of like a representative of that. But I also have a strong connection to, especially his Hopi tribe. So that's why it was not just a coincidence at the full moon in the special Pellets hot springs. We suddenly connected, and then there's including Trevor, there's four people there, and they say, oh, we want to come on May 15th for sure. That's our vision, same vision. So that kind of things like every day is happening. So that's now here. What I'm doing right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miko. So Miko is living a really, really interesting, crazy life. Her life is open for the universe. So she's on service for the universe. So whenever she receives messages, like if she receives any messages to go here or there, like she's gonna go there. So part of the mission was to look for this land to set up this harmony stone. And so she was mentioning about a couple of hints that she got. There's 2 springs, and one of them was probably related to Kane. Kane is the goddess Pele's father. He's the sun god. So we were looking for a place that is connected to Kane, and the land is also connected to the Hawaiian kingdom. And another thing about the land is that you can see 360 from this point. And on this island, if you live on this island, you'll know for sure that you will only see the sunset on the west side, the Kono side, and you'll see the sunrise from the east side. So there's going to be one spot that you can see both the sunrise and the sunset. So from that, Miko went to north of the island. And another thing, on this island, there are a lot of heiaus. Heiaus are Hawaiian temples, and there's all sorts of type of heiau. There's a agricultural heiau, there's a war heiau, there's a heiau for fishing. And so we were told, or Zeu-shi told us, that it's a heiau that not a famous heiau. It's a place that nobody really knows about. So that was a couple of the signs we were looking for. And I think Miko was able to locate the place. And we're at this time, we're pretty close. And Zeu-shi told us that we're going to be setting up this harmony stone on May 15. And at this time, it's almost end of April. So we have about 2 more weeks. So interestingly, we also have another guest that we have on today. We have a... Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, the information of the heiau was not from Zeus.
Oh, okay.
See directory.
Okay.
And all that, and then there are the sign of heiau in that property. Yeah. Besides that, there she gave me little bit of information, and also I received, and it's all come together, and then I found out that place. Yeah.
The place.
Yes.
So Yuuka receives the messages from Zeu-shi, the source entity, and Miko also receives her messages from the source energy on her own. So there's 2 lines moving forward, and those lines are kind of intertwined, and we're getting closer and closer. It's almost like putting, the pieces of the puzzles are getting, we're forming a nice big picture, and the pieces are coming together finally. So we wanted to introduce a new friend we recently connected, and she has a similar vision with us. Here is Yukako from Italy. Yukako-san, よろしくお願いします。
Hi, nice to meet you, everyone. Thank you, Tomoko, for generous introductions. And I'm more than happy and pleased to personally convey my heartfelt thanks to each and every member of AskaCotan today. I'm found out this English streaming like a month before. I think your first session was a month before or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel really strange but extremely honored to join you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let me quickly introduce Yukako. So Yukako Saito, the founder and CEO of Genuine Education Network, GEN, Italy and Japan, which provides innovative community-based education for global sustainability. Yukako has overseen UNESCO Creative Cities project and worked for the community-based cultural program design and also education for sustainable development, ESD, as a policy advisor for Japanese cities and ministries. In 2014, she was elected as the first entrepreneur from outside Europe under the Italian government's Innovation Startup Program and founded GEN, Genuine Education Network, in Milano. So Yukako, welcome. Can you tell us more about what you do and about your project, please?
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you. May I share my slide from my side or?
Yes, please. じゃあ、ナッフィーさん、スライドをゆかこさんの方でシェアできるようにお願いできますか？
So I'm trying to click this. Okay. This. Does it work?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, we can see it.
You see now. Okay.
Mhm.
I try to enlarge this window. It's very easy to see for you. I don't know. Is it still working? Okay.
Yeah, we can see the screen. I think it's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
or it went
Okay.
back. Ah,
How is
okay.
it? How is it? It's good? Okay. So, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So as introduced by Tomoko, I'm the founder of GEN, and then I'm ensure that some invisible entity leads me here today to address our new project in Italy. So, I don't know how. Well, okay, can you see the next page?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my connection is quite unstable today somehow, but I hope it works till the end. So we are currently being challenged to formate a new consortium called JINOWA to encourage the community for an immediate shift towards circular economy while respecting local natural resources to create healthier and vibrant soil. And as the first project to install our idea of JINOWA, we are actually building a kind of soil monument. It's not the tower like AskaCotan, but something similar, I think, in Venezia and using only local natural materials. And then, as you see, there is 3 pillars in the sketch. So the building is named Jinen, part of the exhibitions of Japanese architect Tono Mirai in Venezia Biennale, which is the biggest and influential art festival in the world, and which lasts from May 22nd till this year, November. So the building is aimed to connect both east and west, and also the land and sky with players for endless prosperity of Earth. So that is why we plan to do a Shinto ritual following our traditions on May 15, as well as AskaCotan, to bless the safely built these 3 core pillars of Junen. So it is going to be a virtual ceremony, so open to the public. So all of you are really welcome to join us. So as you see, I'm simply astonished by the lots of synchronicity between my project and AskaCotan. So our new consortium of JINOWA drives the inevitable shift that we must change how we produce and how we eat and live for more excellent regenerations of the local community. So JINOWA is a new business of my company called GEN, and GEN stands for also Minamoto, like source entity, like Zeu-shi in Japanese. So that is also kind of coincidence, but it's kind of sign for me. And the sound of GEN had befallen me when I visited this Ise shrine for the first time in 2013, I guess, yes. And where's the center of Japanese religions called Shintoism. At that time, I did not even understand the meaning or how it's special. But I was in Ise-jingu, call for worship in the morning when the whole shrine built every 20 years was completed. So everything was completely new and fully brightened. And probably this is the first time I'm telling this story to the public, but at the time I made a special worship called Migaki Uchi, and it was only myself alone. And then during this worship, I had a sound like Hallelujah suddenly came out of the ground. And then I was so surprised and raised my head and saw the kind of strong light entity, so which makes me feel really blessed. And then since then, I feel like I'm kind of connecting to the God somehow. And I've come to accept being guided, even if I don't understand the meaning, like this today, probably. So my company, GEN, and as Tomoko explained to you, was founded in Italy in 2014 after this, breast experience. And then also without knowing its purpose of meaning, to be honest, in the beginning. But from the inspiration of GEN, afterwards we have named formally GEN as a genuine education network, and have been providing the genuine cultural study and also cultural study trip to learn traditional ecological knowledge in a small region. And then for participant, we could have a participant from over 30 different countries, so including like top chef to the architect who cares about sustainability. So through these experiences, I'm convinced that we can't learn anything without accepting the importance of invisible life energy. Let's say like microbes or fungus. So even like virus of COVID-19 are interactively affect us, and then connecting through the vibrations to every single matters. So under such circumstances, I learned many things, and then gradually became able to feel the kind of mechanism of the universe. But I know that some people aren't ready to hear this type of story, so I'm always struggle, and then kind of sought the way to get the trigger to open people's mind through tangible experience like eating or traveling, so even like touching the soil. And then I found that the soil is the most effective tool for healing people and essential as an accumulation of life energy, because, for example, Japanese soil is very vibrant with billions of microorganisms, and that is consequence of the Japanese people, like has been serving to the nature to return all the energy and the resources back to the land for many, many years. Then I think the same is probably seen in Hawaii or in any indigenous culture. So like that. So until a pandemic happened, I have been working as a policy advisor for the cities. But however, everything has suddenly stuck. Then I spent a year in Italy without any traveling and back to Japan. So during that time, I suddenly saw that Zeu-shi on tweet. And since then, that somehow inspirational words are timely shown. So I found that the message is like we built the community and the country individually in each place, something like that, probably. And then I felt like I should be prepared to stay in Italy and connect with the world, like today. So I think that God has prepared the stage properly, and the next things I should do is this architecture project, but with the idea of JINOWA. So I think my life mission is to lead the people to fertile the soil and return to the land. And I dare hope that our path will cross with AskaCotan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Yukako-san. That was wonderful, beautiful. And it's interesting that Yukako mentioned about May 15 that they're also going to do this ceremony, a Japanese style ceremony. They're going to connect via Zoom and organize this Shinto. Shinto is an old Japanese religion, and that is similar to a lot of the indigenous religion, and then they're going to bless the land and the architecture space for the building of these pillars. So it's interesting, Yukako. I want to ask you, why did you choose the date May 15 for this ceremony?
It was a kind of inevitable, because our exhibition will start on 22nd of May. So the date of 15th of May is just exactly a week before, and then also we had, initially construction schedule and everything. And then we also looked the calendar, I think Japanese ancient calendar, and there is a date appropriate for this type of, Shinto ritual, like a Taiyan or kind of thing. And, gathering all those information, it become somehow 15th of May, automatically. Or I don't know the reason. I told you that I do things without knowing the reason. So, yeah, I'm really, really surprised and astonished by this coincidence or, synchronicity.
Yes, that is, I feel like it's a divine plan that the source entity is trying to have this May 15 be the starting point of the new world. So Yukako, thank you so much for sharing your story and project. And we want to get back to you later on when we have Yuuka channel Zeu-shi. Thank you very much. はい、Yuukaさん、いかがでしたでしょうか? So Yukako is in Italy, and she is doing this wonderful project that is connected to the land and soil, and then waking up a lot of people, inspiring people to go back and listen to the voice of the soil and land. And so Yuukaさんね、Yukakoさんのお話でちょうどイタリアでも5月15日にセレモニーをしてっていうこの日にちのね、一致っていうのは偶然とは思えないんですけど、その話を聞いて、優香さんいかがですか？
いや、もう、みんなが同じソースから情報をもらって、動かされていると、すごい感じました。
ありがとうございます。So, Yuuka mentioned that, everybody is connected to the source, the same source entity. So, everybody's in a different location, but connected to the source and receiving the same information. So, this is not a coincidence. And so, thank you. That was Yukako from Italy. How wonderful. We're here on the big island of Hawaii. Yuuka is in Japan. Yukako is in Italy. This is becoming more international, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be having more new friends from all over the globe. So moving on, we're going to be connecting with Zeu-shi. But before calling upon Zeu-shi, we want to share this message about the major shift happening from now, 2021 to 2036. So this information was channeled by Yuuka, our channeler, on February 11th, 2021. So that was 2 months ago. And what Zeu-shi mentioned was that the transition to the fifth dimension will begin in 2036. But the immediate target period for our world to focus is until 2030. The issue is what kind of earth. So I'm going to say it in Zeu-shi's words. So he's talking to all of us. So I'm going to just read Zeu-shi's message. So he was saying that the issue is what kind of earth will you be specifically creating by 2030? Scrapped and build. First, the change starts by scrapping. The change will be led and guided by the universe rather than being initiated by humans. It is necessary to break down from the structure of society. We will break the structure of politics, which is the foundation of society. The United States of America will push the scrap button switch. When the after effect comes to Japan, the Japanese politics will fall apart. By doing so, we aim to shake the structure of Japanese politics centered around the imperial family. This will rapidly change the consciousness of people of Japan. From 2021 to 2023, each country around the world will not be able to handle their own problems and will spread these problems both domestically and internationally. In that process, frustrations and disappointment will arise concerning the country, and people's way of thinking will change. Then a unique community, village, and country will be born, and a new concept of country will be also born. At the same time, the people in the old system will be fighting over things. Many people will be exploited. But this conflict is also one of the phenomena when scrapping the old system. The communities that has been established will grow and will prepare for the future. From 2024 to 2026, there will be a pole shift. The climate and terrain of the earth will change. The border of countries will collapse. The old system will also be completely falling apart. The new communities that arises that resonate with the universe and earth will continue to grow. At this time, Japan begins to be sought after by the world. This is because many of the new growing communities are led by the Japanese people. The world begin to learn how to create a new country through the lives of the Japanese communities, relationships, and spiritual sensibilities. This is the beginning of the build period. From 2026 to 2030, there will be a movement that starts from Japan that will influence the world and unite the earth. The leaders who will create the movement will not be the ones who took part in the old regime, nor the people who enjoyed the era of the old regime. The leaders will emerge only from the general public. It will be the women in their 30s and 40s. First, we would like to increase the number of people who will act to create a new world model during the scrap period that will happen from 2021 to 2023. We want to support those who are full trust that this is a time to create something completely new without being caught up in the scrapping process or being removed by it. We are looking for the people who can communicate with the universe to create a new world. So that was Zeu-shi's words. So Zeu-shi was channeled by Yuuka, and this message was towards the Japanese audience. So you heard a lot about the Japanese people, but this message was towards the Japanese audience. And this was one of the message that Yuuka received from Zeu-shi on February 11th, 2021. Okay, so that was the plan of the universe from 2021 to 2036. So now we want to invite Yuuka on, and we'll have a Q&A session with Zeu-shi. We're going to be calling upon the source entity Zeu-shi and ask a couple of questions. So we're going to start off with what's going on now with this whole new shift going on, and let's hand it to Nafi. Nafi-san, じゃあお願いします。
ちょっとマイクの調子があれで変えたんですけど、今、ゆうかさんちょっと喋ってもらって。
どうですか？声
聞こえます。
大丈夫ですか？これ、このマイクで行こうと思います。
はい、わかりました。Okay, Yuka's ready. She has a new microphone on. じゃあ、 ナフィーさんから質問お願いします。最初の2つお願いします。
はい、わかりまし
では、
た。
今から停止入ります。よろしくお願いします。お呼びいただき、ありがとうございます。皆さんとお会いすることをとても楽しみにしてきました。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
では今日は、英語配信なので、途中でまた通訳の時間が入りますので、よろしくお願いします。まず私からの質問なんですけれども、最近、ハワイでみんないろんなメンバーが5月15日に向けて動いています。で、他にも世界中の人たちが5月15日に向けて動いているんですけど、今のこのみんなの動きの流れは、ゼウシから見ていかがですか？
皆さんがそれぞれご自分の内側から我々のメッセージを受け取ってくださり、そしてこの大きな地球の流れを進めるべく動いてくださっていらっしゃいます。皆さんそれぞれが光となり、そしてその光を大きく広げるために動いている今、我々からは皆さんそれぞれの光がとても美しく、そして大きく広がりを見せているその瞬間の美しさを感じております。
Thank you, Zeu-shi. That was Zeu-shi was saying that he's been looking forward for today and he's very excited. And so the first question we had was, so we see this right now, currently, people are working for May 15 to have this ceremony and taking action. And we see the same movement all over the globe for this May 15 movement. And we asked Zeu-shi, what does he see at this time? And Zeu-shi was saying that everybody from all over the world is receiving the message from the source entity on their own, from inside their heart. And then the plan, people are working for the divine plan, the plan for the universe. And from Zeu-shi's eyes, he can see the bright light, beautiful bright light that we are. And then that light expanding and becoming bigger and bigger. じゃあ次の質問お願いします。
はい。では、今その5月15日に向けて動いているんですけれども、その5月15日に塔を建てた後どうなるかっていうのが、今全く私たちには見えていない状況なんですが、それについては何か聞いてもいいですか？
それはどのレベルで質問されていらっしゃいますか？
どのレベルというのは、逆にどのレベルならお答えいただけるんでしょうか？
それはあなたの質問次第です。
なるほど。とりあえず気になっているのは、その塔を建てた後、そのコミュニティをそこに作りたいっていうのがあって、それについてはどうなっていくのかなっていうのをまず聞きたいです。
以前、あなた方にお話しいたしました。コミュニティと申しましても、皆さんがなさっていらっしゃるのは、国を作るという行為です。それは国だと思ってください。あなた方の国をその場所に塔を建てた後、作っていかれます。その国とはどういったものでしょうか。それはもうあなた方が掲げているはずです。
Okay, so we did ask Zeu-shi, this was pretty interesting. So we asked him about the Harmony Stone we are planning to set up on May 15 on this island. And at this time, we're just taking action one step at a time. And we wanted to ask Zeu-shi what's going to be happening after this, because we were told that we are creating a community. And so when we asked that question, Zeu-shi answered with, okay, with which level do you want? What kind of answer do you want, and at which level? So the interviewer asked, like, what's going to happen with the community? Are we going to be able to build a community? And Zeu-shi replied that we're not building a community, we're building a nation, a new country for everyone. And what kind of nation is that going to be? Zeu-shi said, we all know already, and we have this mission. So that was Zeu-shi's answer. Okay, so thank you, Nafi-san. Arigatou gozaimasu. So we're gonna be, we have another question from our friend Trevor. He was supposed to be joining us today, but he gave us his question. And his question was, how do we reach my generation? So I'm assuming Trevor's generation is around in probably around mid-30s, in his 30s. So the younger generation. So how do we reach my generation to inspire them to return to the land and sever from this technological society that we have created? はい。で、トレバーさんからの質問なんですが、どうしたら僕らの世代に我々が作ったテクノロジー社会を断ち切り、大地に戻ることをインスパイアできますか？という質問でした。
テクノロジーというものそのものを断絶する必要はありません。しかし、そのご質問からは、今のこの社会に根付いている形そのものをどうすれば変えていけるのか、そういった意図を汲み取ることができます。そういった意味におきましては、あなた方がそれをどう変えていけばよいのかを変える必要はないということをお伝えいたします。これは自然に形が変わっていくものだからです。時代の中で必要でなくなったものは淘汰されていきます。そしてこの大いなる流れの中で自然に崩れていくものは崩れていきます。必要のあるものは残っていきます。ですので、この自然の流れを享受し、あなた方がご自分の内側の望みでされたいことのみにフォーカスし、作り上げるという行為のみ、それだけに集中してください。
So, Zeu-shi answered Trevor's questions that Zeu-shi said, we don't need to try to cut out technology, and there's no need to change the society because it will be changing naturally. Nature will take its course, and if things needs to be changed, it will be changed naturally. And anything that will be necessary to remain in our society will remain. So what we need to do is focus inward what we want, focus towards that, and act on that. ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. So our next question will be Yukako-san's question about 2033. Yukako-san, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah. Just to ask about my intuitions, like 2033. That's the number is always come up in my mind as an important turning point somehow. So I'd like to know some, hint for this year. What should we do by that? Or, but I didn't know that you already mentioned 2036 until 36. At that 2036 as a goal. So But anyway, I would like to know the next turning point or important year for our activities. So, 私としてお聞きしたいのが、いつも頭の中に2033年までに何かしなければならないという、そういうメッセージがあるような気がしていて、直感でしかないんですけれども、もうすでにZeu-shiは2036年までに、この一つの時代を終えるというようなことをおっしゃられていると今日初めて聞いたんですが、いずれにせよ何かそのようなターニングポイントとなるタイミング、そしてそれまでに私たちがやらなければならないことというのをお聞きしたいです。
2036年から5次元への移行が始まります。今あなた方は4次元に入り、これまでの3次元の次元で作られた世界から全く新しい世界を作り始めていらっしゃいます。ですが、完全に地球が我々宇宙の次元へと戻られるのは5次元へ入った時だと思ってください。そのため、今皆さんはこの4次元の周波数の中で現実の世界を作り上げるということに今フォーカスする時期です。あなたがおっしゃられた33年、それは5次元への移行の準備が具体的に始まるポイントだと思ってください。まず、そのために皆さんはこの10年で土台を作らなければいけません。皆さんが今作られていらっしゃるのはノアの箱舟です。皆さんそれぞれが船を作っていらっしゃいます。それがこれからのそれぞれの国だと思ってください。ノアの墓舟は皆さんを救う船です。しかし、それは神が与えるものではありません。皆さんが我々宇宙の意図、神のメッセージを聞き、自分たちで作り上げるものです。そして、ご自分たちの仲間を集め、皆さん一人一人が救世主となられるのです。その船を完成させるのは2030年だと思ってください。そして、その後、皆さんが新しい世界でご自分たちが作り上げた土台のもとに、それぞれの船がつながり、ネットワークを作り始めます。ネットワークを作り上げた後、2033年からその船が一斉に5次元へと次元上昇の準備を始めます。そういったプランだと捉えてください。
はい、Thank you, Zeu-shi. Thank you. Yukako-san, ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. So, Yukako's question about 2036. Oh, 2033. So Zeu-shi was saying that from 2036, he mentioned about the pole shift and the world will be changing. And that's when we're going to be moving on to the 5D, the fifth dimension. Right now, currently, we're at fourth dimension. That's what Zeu-shi mentioned right now. So the old world, the world we had was the third dimension. And currently, we're on the fourth dimension. And after that, we're going to be transitioning into a totally new world, which is the fifth dimension. And that's the natural state of the Earth. And so the 2033, the number that Yukako mentioned was that this is when we're going to be ready for transitioning to the fifth dimension. And it's going to take 10 years, and we're going to build the foundation to transition to the fifth dimension. Currently, we're at the fourth dimension. So what Zeu-shi mentioned was that it's the Noah's Ark, and we're each of us are creating our own country, and we're creating the Noah's Ark. So this is not something that will be going to be gifted from God or the universe. So we're going to be receiving messages. Each one of us will be receiving messages from the universe or the God, and we will be creating our own Noah's Ark. And we're going to gather upon members of community and people helping and supporting each other. And we are each one of us are going to be the savior. And with this, each Noah's Ark all over the world, we're going to form a network, and we're going to connect with each other. So 2033 is the year when we are ready to become at the higher fifth dimension. はい、ありがとうございました。ゼウシの今のコメントでした。Thank you very much, Yukako-san, Zeu-shi. Okay, moving on. Thank you very much. Moving on. So we have one more question about this question is from me because I live on this island and I've been studying the Hawaiian tradition and the culture for many years. So, we are trying to look for this land, and of course, the land was always just to give a little bit of information about the history of Hawaii. So Hawaiian people have suffered from many of the sad memories by the colonizers, the missionaries, and the land acquisitions from foreign corporations, including the Japanese investors. So many Hawaiian have been stripped away from their culture and their land. So I wanted to ask Zeu-shi, how can we get the support from the native Hawaiian community that has been living here for multiple generations with a lot of history of many things taken away? はい。ということで、ゼウシに質問なんですが、この土地に、長くですね、このハワイの島々に長く住んでいるハワイの原住民の人たちと共にこのアスカコタンを実現するにはどうしたらいいでしょうか。いろいろキリスト教西洋文化、日本企業とかのたくさんのね、物事に、土地や文化やいろんなものを奪われた怒りと悲しみを、癒すにはどうしたらいいか教えていただけますか。
多くの方々の祈りが必要になります。それには人種や立場を超え、皆さんがこの地球の一つのプロジェクトとして、その土地のために、そしてその土地で繰り返された出来事のために、魂のために祈る必要があります。これは地球のためのプロジェクトなのです。皆さんがそれを理解したとき、そこに誰が手を加えるのか、そして誰の土地であるのか、それすらも意味がなくなります。今、地球そのものが傷んでおります。それを再生するためのアスカコタンのプロジェクトであり、セレモニーです。皆さんが住むこの地球のためのプロジェクトであるということ、どうかそれを伝えてください。
ありがとうございます。Thank you, Zeu-shi. So Zeu-shi's question was, we will need a lot of prayers to heal and get the support from the Native Hawaiian community. But we will be explaining to everybody that this project, AskaCotan this project is for Earth and to heal Earth, because our Mother Earth is currently in a hurt situation. So we want to heal our Earth and give prayer to do that. So we need a lot of prayers. And for this prayer, we're not going to think about race or the status. And we're just going to pray for the earth and the history of this land and for the souls who are hurt at this time. If everybody understands this is not for a specific race, people will understand that this is for themselves because we are trying to heal Earth. And May 15 is the ceremony, the praying ceremony for the rebirth of Earth. ありがとうございます。Okay, so moving on, Mikko-san, did you want to ask the question about May 15?
Hi. Yes, I will ask Zeu-shi directly. I was speaking in Japanese. Please translate in English later. Zeu-shi. いろんなことがありながら頑張ってますっていう感じでもうその塔が立つという土地に私はもうたどり着いているという自分の確信があるのですが、このたどり着いた土地というところがものすごい強いエネルギーを放ってまして、そして歴史的にもその土地でいろんなことが起こったっていうことを私も理解しているんですが、前史から見てこの選ばれた土地というのはどんな場所なんでしょうか？
そこにはレムリアの時代、大きな石の塔が立っていました。そしてレムリアとは地球の、そして宇宙の大いなる情報を守り、そしてこの大きな地球を調和に導く、そういった役割を持っていました。彼らがしていた祈りは、地球を動かし、地球の循環をより良い方向へと向かい、そして宇宙自体に素晴らしいエネルギーを放つためのものでした。そしてその祈りの中枢となる部分、そこに塔が建てられていました。これはクリスタルでできたものです。そこには宇宙の英知や地球の歴史、英知、情報、エネルギー、ありとあらゆる情報が込められていました。その土地にとても重要なエネルギーが差し込まれることは、鍵を開けるという行為にもなります。そして、もともとその土地に建てられていたものが、レムリアが沈むときに、塔を壊し、その情報をレムリアの方々が隠したのです。そのため今その土地には何も残っていません。しかしエネルギーの鍵穴として鍵穴は残っているのです。皆さんはそこに鍵を刺さなくてはいけません。そうすることで地球の磁場が整います。本来あるべきエネルギー、それが地球に差し込まれるのです。これは塔が立つことにより、我々宇宙のエネルギーが地球に接続されるということを意味しています。お分かりでしょうか？レムリアの方々がされていたのは、 そういったことだったのです。まず皆さんが地球と宇宙、そして人が調和をとり、正しくあるべき姿になられるために、土地を整える必要があります。地球を整える必要があります。そのための重要な場所だと思ってください。
なるほど。ありがとうございます。じゃあ、ともこさん、一度お願いします。
So the question Miko had was, so Miko feels that she found this location to set up this stone, the Harmony Stone, and this land has a really strong energy, and she wanted to a lot of things happen there, and probably that's not something good, like something bad happened there, and you feel really strong energy. So she asked Zeu-shi about this land. So what Zeu-shi said was that so this back in the time, in the Lemurian time, this place was where this specific location was where this tower, this pillar was built. Zeu-shi was saying that it was a crystal tower, and so that is where all of the information of Earth and the universe was protected in this location. The Lemurians prayed around this tower and kept the balance and harmony for the Mother Earth. And the cycle of that was the energy and the cycle went back to the universe from this location. So the tower, the prayer tower that the Lemurians had in this specific location, contained all of the information from the universe and the history of Earth and the energy and the information. So when Lemuria went down and they had to break down this tower, and so putting the Harmony Stone on this location again means to open the key and insert the key to the keyhole. So the keyhole is the land. So after Lemuria went down, nothing was left except for the keyhole. So right now, we're going to insert the key, and that we're going to connect with the universe, the energy of the universe, and that's how the energy is going to return to Earth. So with the Earth, universe, and human, with these three pillars, it needs to go back to the original state. And by doing so, we're going to be balancing the Earth energy. And so for that reason, this location is a very, very important location. ありがとうございました。いかがでしょう？みっこさん、他に何かもう一つ質問がありましたか？
最後に、ゼウシなぜ今日という日を指定して、ゼウシの方から今日私たちを呼び、この全員日本人っていう謎のシチュエーションで英語配信になり、降りてきたのか、もうぜひゼウシの中にお話聞きたい、そこのことをお話ししてください。最後に。
ありがとうございます。まず、あなたに感謝を述べさせてください。とても素晴らしいお仕事を進めてくださいました。そして、我々のメッセージを常に受け取り、疑わず進めていただけたこと、とても感謝しております。ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。みんなありがとう。
このプロジェクトは問題なく進むでしょう。あなたは心配なさらず、その日を待たれてください。
はい、
今日読んでいただくことをお願いしましたのは、私が新たにこの日に地球に降りる必要があったからです。私は皆さんに メッセージを伝えるため、優香の肉体を借り降りてきています。しかし、それだけではなく、私という源のエネルギーをこの地上にダイレクトに下ろすために日にちを選び降りてきている時もあるのです。今日この日はとても大きなエネルギーがシフトする時期です。皆さんの社会がより変革の道を進んでいかれるでしょう。先ほどのご質問で、淘汰されるものを変えようとする必要はないとお伝えいたしました。なぜならば、淘汰していくのは宇宙の仕事だからです。あなた方人間はご自分の望みを形にするべく希望を持ち行動されることのみをしてください。どうか我々のサポートを受けているということを信じてください。これからこのより大きな変革が宇宙の主導のもとあなた方の社会に影響を及ぼしていくでしょう。それが今日という日から始まります。我々はそのために新たなエネルギーをこの地球に下ろす必要がありました。これは優香の肉体を借りるだけではなく、皆さん一人一人に光の力をシェアする必要もあるため、このような形で発信させていただきました。ですので、この場を設けてくださったことにも感謝いたします。
Okay, so Miko's question was, why did we need to do this English broadcasting today? Why did Zeu-shi specify today for our second English broadcasting? So first of all, Zeu-shi answered, thank you so much to Miko for, he said, Miko, you're doing a great job. And thank you for believing in Zeu-shi or the source entity's message and taking action on it without doubt. And Zeu-shi also told her not to worry about the project. It's gonna move smoothly, and everything's gonna work out perfectly. So Zeu-shi chose this specific day for this broadcasting because he needed to come down as a new energy today. And he usually communicates with Yuuka and borrowing Yuuka's body to communicate with people. And he sometimes, he just sends messages to her, but sometimes he needs to come down directly as an energy and talk through Yuuka. And so today he was saying, Zeu-shi, the source entity, was saying that today is going to be the big change and the big shift and the energy is going to be happening. This is going to be changing the society. It's going to be changing the society in a big way. And Zeu-shi also wanted to mention that he was saying that don't worry about the things that would be kind of disappearing with the change, because that's we don't need to for example, I think he's talking about the technology that Trevor was mentioning. So he was saying, Zeu-shi was saying that if it needs to be ended, the universe is going to be ending that. And he told us what we need to do is we just need to focus and believe what our wishes are, what our hopes are, and then follow the universe guidance, and we're going to shift into a new world. The new shift will be rippling out to the world. And that's why today he needed to come down as a new energy and send the energy directly. Today he mentioned that, Zeu-shi mentioned that this broadcasting was really important for all of us because today is going to be the day that the world starts shifting. ありがとうございました、Zeu-shi。はい。ということで、1時間を超える、投稿になりました。Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. So, before we end with Zeu-shi, we want to ask one more question. はい。それでは、Zeu-shi、最後に何かメッセージをお願いします。
今日ここで皆さんとお会いできたことを光栄に思います。これから皆さんが進めてこられたプロジェクトが形になっていくでしょう。5月15という日にどうか皆さんで地球のために祈られてください。これは皆さんの新しい地球が生まれる瞬間でもあります。この時を境に大きく地球もエネルギーを変えていきます。皆さんがその日それぞれに祈りを捧げることで、その新たに変化していく地球のエネルギーに皆さんは共鳴することができるようになるでしょう。そしてその日新たに開示されていく情報もあります。すべては順番があります。そして意味があります。どうか皆さんがそのことを理解し、その上で皆さんの心に従い行動をしてくださることを願っています。お呼びいただきありがとうございました。またどうぞお呼びください。
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. Okay, Zeu-shi is gone. Yuuka's back. So, my last question I mentioned was that I asked Zeu-shi if he has a last word for us, and he mentioned that he was happy to be here today, and he was saying that this AskaCotan project will be forming, and we'll see AskaCotan happening on May 15, and that's when we're going to be praying for the earth, and that is the rebirth of our new earth. From this point, earth, the energy of earth will be changing. We pray on that day, and we'll be receiving the new energy from the new earth, and we're going to be resonating with this energy. And from on this day, or I'm not sure if it was on this day, but a new information will be disclosed. And everything, there's a step to things, and everything has a meaning to it. So Zeu-shi, the source entity, said to follow our heart and take action and listen to our heart. Okay, so ありがとうございました、ゆうかさん。お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。So that was, thank you for joining us, everybody. For more information about AskaCotan, please see the description of the video or scan this QR code to get to our website. So if you can see on Miko's screen on the top right or left, on the top side, you'll see the QR code. If you scan this QR code, you'll get to our AskaCotan.com website. And we also want to have the link for Yukako's project. She will be having multiple really interesting online events. So we'll have the link in the description as well. So please check the link out. And everybody, thank you so much. So until we meet next, please stay safe, and everybody please follow your heart. 今日は皆さん本当にありがとうございました。ゆうかさんもありがとうございました。ゆかこさんもイタリアから本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Aloha.
Aloha.
Ciao.